welcome back everybody. Happy Wednesday to you guys. So just to quickly recap Monday's videos, if you guys didn't watch Monday's video, I highly recommend going and watching it because some of the things that we worked on Monday we will be kind of continuing off of today. So just super fast recap, we did our back fist, we worked on your guys' round kicks as well as the number 3 round kicks, and then we got to work on the form a little bit. So just kind of working up off of that, today we're going to be going over another type of round kick as well as a block today. So going back to those round kicks, remember the important part is, one, you've got your stance, you got your hands up, obviously, you've got your leg that's kicking, and there are several different ways that you can go about doing the kick. Like on Monday's lesson, we went over the number 1, or just using our front leg, and then we've also got the number 3, which is a step together, so I'm kind of covering distance. Well, what about that in-between one, number 2, right? So we're going to go over number 2 today. If number 1 is my front leg, number 2 must be my back leg, all right? So a number 2 round kick is the back leg round kick, and this is kind of used as your guys' finisher, meaning this is going to be probably the last move in your combination. You've got somebody kind of moving back, so there's really no threat of them doing something back to you because you've kind of got them moving away, and you throw that back leg round kick. All right. So for our targets today, with these round kicks, we are going to be focusing kind of on the legs, mainly the thigh area. All right. So for your number 2 round kick, I want you to think about doing the outside of the thigh. All right. So like this one or this one, and we can also think about maybe doing like the inside of the thigh, so just the inside. All right. From here, I want everybody to step out into your L stance. So we got our one leg in front, other leg, most of our weight, remember, is on the back leg. Got our hands up in guard. So for this number 2 round kick, you're going to take your back leg. We're going to pick our knee up just like we would for our normal round kick, and then we're going to rotate our body forward, bringing that knee around to point at my target. So for me, it'd be you guys, and then you guys can use me as your target. So what I have to do is take this front foot here, and it's called pivoting. So basically, taking my toes and making them face that way. Or if I want to think about it differently, taking my heel, which is this back part of my foot, and making it point to you guys. So when I pick this leg up, I've got to rotate my body, and if I don't pivot, my body doesn't rotate properly. So I'm going to point my heel at you guys, and now my knee is going to point directly at you guys. All right. So I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. You're going to go ahead and you're in your L stance. You're just going to take that back leg. You're going to throw some back leg round kicks. All right. Find a space where you can kind of move a little bit, do a couple of kicks, maybe 2, 3, 4 kicks before you turn around and go back the other way. All right. Ready? And go. So you're in your L stance. You're on that back leg round kick. You know, when you run out of room, just turn and face the other direction. Keep going, keep going. Got about 15 seconds left. Remember, keep your hands up. That helps with your balance if you feel like you might be falling over. Got about 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, so go ahead and relax. Shake your legs out a little bit. All right. before we get into our next part. So with these number 2 round kicks, remember these are finishers. One, because they are more powerful than using your front leg or that step together front leg kick. 2, because it's just kind of slower, right? Like I can do a number 1 round kick a lot faster than I can do a number 2 round kick. The trade-off is that first point, right? The trade-off is my front leg is a lot faster, but it's less powerful. Whereas my back leg's a little bit slower, but I've got more power going into my kick, right? So you would do things like maybe that back fist that we talked about earlier. Back fist, they start stepping away. I finish with that number 2 round kick, and then I can get away, right? So today we're gonna be building up a combination that we might be able to even finish with that number 2 round kick. So what we're gonna do is learning a block, and this one's the low block, which there are some low blocks in your guys' form, which we will also be touching up on today. So on these low blocks, we're gonna go over 2 different ways to do it, all right? So the first way is just like in the form, you're gonna be standing shoulder width apart, all right? I'm gonna take this leg, and I'm gonna take 1 small step, 2 small step, 3 small steps forward, and bending that front knee. If I look down, I should not be able to see my toes because of my knee, all right? If I can still see my toes, that means my knee's not bent enough, all right? And I need to go down, and then my back toes just stay facing forward. And then from here, I'm going to take my back arm, right? So it matches this leg. It's gonna cross underneath while my front arm crosses on top. And then I'm gonna kind of turn my shoulders a little bit so I can get more movement from my shoulder and my body into my block. Now, just like the name implies, I'm blocking low, all right? So when I low block, I'm coming down and kind of moving things to the side of me, right? I'm swatting it to the side. So when you guys are doing your low block, if you've gotten your white belt before, we did a board break and it involved you doing a hammer fist, right? If you think about it, the low block is like a sideways hammer fist. So I'm trying to swat something to the side of me. All right, so everybody's in your front stance. We got our arms crossed, shoulders turned slightly. All right, so on my count, we're gonna low block in place. Ready? 1, block, cross. 2, block, reset. 3, block, last one, 4, block. All right, go ahead and change legs. So we've got the other leg in front now. And then remember, so this one's gonna cross on top. This one is going to cross underneath. All right, so we're gonna turn slightly. And then remember, getting those shoulders and those hips involved for that block. Ready? 1, block, cross. 2, block, reset. 3, block, last one, cross. 4, block. All right. So I talked about doing the, go ahead and relax. I talked about doing the low block in a couple of different ways today. So that is like a traditional low block, meaning that's kind of how we use it in our form. But we are in our tactical cycle, right? So with tactical cycle, we're probably not going to be doing a lot of traditional blocking. I'm probably not going to be in my front stance blocking somebody, throwing like a kick or like a low grab or something at me. So we want to learn how to apply this low block in a tactical setting. So if you guys are at the green belt level, this is kind of how you do your low block in sparring, all right? So for white and yellow belts, this will give you guys that next step advantage for when you get a little bit higher up. You can start sparring too. So when we're doing our fighting low block or our sparring low block, you guys will be in your L stance instead of your front stance. So just like we worked on Monday, go ahead and take this leg, point those toes that way. This one takes a small step forward. All right, and then I've got my hands up in guard. So this is my fighting stance or my sparring stance, right? Self-defense stance, however you want to look at it. I got most of my weight on that back leg, so in case somebody tries to take my front leg out from under me, all my weight's balanced on this back leg, so I don't fall over. All right, got my hands up. When we're doing that fighting low block, that sparring low block, I'm going to take my front arm, and instead of crossing and blocking, just like we did earlier, I'm just going to take my front arm, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see better. You're going to take this elbow, tuck it in close to your body. All right, the closer to your body, the better. All right, so there should be no space in between you and your body. And then it's just going to take this part, and I'm just going to rotate it all the way down. And it's almost like I'm brushing something off of my pants. All right, so I tuck it in close. I'm gonna go down, block, all right, and then I just leave it down there, right? No, of course not. If it goes down, it's got to come back up. All right. So everybody get into your L stances. We're gonna tuck that arm in. We're gonna throw that low block back up. All right. So on my count, you guys are just gonna block in place. If you guys have a parent that can help out, or a grandparent, or somebody that can help you out, maybe they try to, grab you, or maybe they have something that they can use to just stick out to you, make sure it's something soft, all right? Otherwise, it's gonna hurt when you hit it, all right? So if you have that, that's good. If you don't, that's okay. Just go with me, all right? Ready? So on my count, 1, tuck in, rotate down, back up. 2, block. 3, block. 4, block. All right, go ahead and change legs. So we're taking that step back, just like we would in tactical situation, making that space. All right, if you guys noticed, when I'm blocking, I'm also kind of leaning my body back. Because that helps do what? Create more space, right? So that gives me a little bit more space to kind of work with, just in case they're moving a little bit faster than I expected, right? So I can create that a little bit more distance between me and the technique, so I can get it out of my way, right? So same thing on this side, all right? Tuck that elbow in, going straight down, blocking, and then back up, ready to go. All right, ready? 1, tuck in, block, back up. 2, tuck in, block, back up. 3, tuck in, block, back up. Last one, 4, block, back up. All right, so from here, go ahead and relax. Shake those arms out. What we're gonna do is, now we're ready to put our combination all together, all right? So for you guys, for today's combination, we'll be using our low blocks and our round kicks that we've learned so far this week, all right? Now, we are going to start off with somebody's coming at you, they're throwing something kind of low, all right? We want to kind of create space, so you guys are going to do that low block, but we're going to take a step back. So you guys will step together, step back, low block, and then as I'm coming back up, now that I've created space, I'm going to cover that distance really fast. So I'm going to go back to that number 3 round kick where I step together, throw my number 3 round kick. Now he's the one moving back. Then I finish with that number 2. All right, so one more time. You're going to take a step back and block, step forward, kick, and then finish with that back leg round kick. All right, so give you guys about 30 seconds to do that. Make sure you change which legs you're kicking with on your own. Ready, get set, go. So got your step back, low block, step forward, round kick, finish, back leg round kick. All right, and then I reset. Keep going, guys. So block, step forward, kick, back leg. Keep going, guys. Got about 10 seconds left. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Three, two, one, and stop. Awesome. All right. So, go ahead and relax for just a second. So, with this combination, all right, kind of covering a couple of different things. Remember, most important part is all of it, right? We want to be able to do all of it. So, this isn't just the important part. This isn't just the important part, right? It's all important because it all comes together in the end, right? So that'll give you guys something that you can practice on between now and Friday, right? What we're gonna do is finishing up with our form. So for you guys that are, white, yellow belt level, we worked on up to the double low block, all right? So just going over it one more time. We're in our ready stance. So you're in your ready stance. I'm facing this way for you guys, so you can follow along with me. All right, just quickly getting back to our spot. We take the step. We're gonna turn, block, yell, yeah. We step back together. Then we're gonna take a step this way, turn, block. Then you step together. We're gonna hug. Step out towards this way and turn and low block, just like we practiced today. Then we got our X. We're gonna step around. When my foot touches the ground, it's like stepping on a button, and I'm gonna double low block. All right. From here, I'm just resetting myself for you guys. You're gonna pick your hands up. You got your right leg. It's gonna do a side kick, and then you're gonna land in a sitting stance and throw a knife hand strike. So you're gonna side kick, land, knife hand strike. Then we're gonna take a step together, hug, step back out, knife hand strike. Then you guys are gonna muscle block. So if this is the front, this is my back, the back, I wanna use the arm farthest away from the front. So that'd be this arm. All right, so for you guys, the arm farthest away from me. And then we're gonna finish up with 2 punches and then yell. 1 punch, 2 punch, and then yell. Yeah. And then we're back at our right stance. All right, so we're gonna go through it one more time, but this time we're starting from the double low block, all right, which is where we left off Monday. All right, so those hands come up. Got your side kick. Land. Knife hand strike. 2. Step together. Step back out. Knife hand strike. 1. Hug. Muscle block. And then 1, 2. Punch, punch, yell. Yeah. And back to your stance. Shake it out. Shake it out. All right, guys. So go ahead and relax. Take a seat. All right. If you are finding that you might need a little help with your form, remember, that's what these private lessons are for. So if you didn't take advantage of the private lesson for yesterday, make sure you take advantage for the private lessons tomorrow, all right? That'll give you your chance to work on that form. Also, there are YouTube videos on this YouTube channel that can help you with your form. And it'll go through step-by-step directions, so that way you can still practice on your own even if we're not available for those private lessons. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, great job today, and we will see you guys Friday.